everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something truly magical. We're looking at a fascinating piece of software called Livecraft Sound Color, or neiro. It literally transforms the invisible waves of sound all around us into this dynamic, breathing visual art. So whether you're a total beginner just looking to spice up your daily music listening, or a creative mind curious about interactive art, let's jump right in and see how this actually works. But first, I want you to just imagine something for a second. What if you could actually see the shape and color of the music you're listening to right now? Like, imagine your absolute favorite song, not just playing through your speakers, but literally bursting onto your screen as a vibrant, living painting. One that reacts to every single drum beat, every guitar strum, and every tiny shift in the singer's tone. I know, it sounds straight out of science fiction, right? But the crazy thing is, it's completely possible today. And the game changer that makes all of this happen is this app right here. Livecraft Sound Color neiro. Think of it as a next-generation music visualizer. Now, forget those old, clunky visualizers you might remember from the early 2000s. Neiro is built on some incredibly modern tech, designed to blend artificial intelligence with high-speed web graphics. And honestly, the absolute best part, it's incredibly welcoming for beginners. You definitely do not need a computer science degree to start seeing your music. Okay, so moving into section 1, the magic engine, powered by modern tech. Let's see what makes it tick. To really understand how neiro creates this incredibly responsive art, we need to take a quick peek under the hood. There are basically 3 fundamental pillars holding up this spectacular engine. First up, AI sound classification. Specifically, it uses a model called Google YAMNet, which acts kind of like the brain of the whole operation. Second, we have high-precision acoustic analysis, running through a system called Meta. And third, to actually get those visuals onto your screen without any annoying lag, it uses a next-generation rendering engine called WebGPU. This directly taps into your computer's graphics hardware to render millions of particles absolutely flawlessly. Now, let's break down those first 2 just a bit, because the way they work together is just, well, it's brilliant. Think of Meta like a highly sensitive meter that's constantly feeling the beat. It instantly grabs all these mathematical features, right? Like how loud the volume is, the brightness of the spectrum, or the exact tempo of the track. YAMNet, on the other hand, acts more like human ears that actually understand the context of the sound. It can literally identify over 500 specific audio attributes in real time. We're talking about knowing the difference between a dog barking, a heavy metal guitar, a synthesizer, or a baby crying. And it uses that actual semantic meaning to influence the art you see. And this brilliantly illustrates how all that data flows together. Over here on the left, in what we call the sensory layer, your audio comes in, whether that's through your headphones or a mic. Those blue and green nodes you see, those represent the exact acoustic data from Meta and the AI classifications from YAMNet. Then all that rich data travels into the yellow intermediate layer, where it gets mixed up and smoothed out. And finally, it pushes out to the right, into the red reaction layer. This is what actually commands the digital paintbrush on your screen. So it's just this beautiful, continuous, flowing stream from sound straight to math and finally into art. All right, section 2, basic operations. Here are the 3 steps you need to start playing right now. So while the tech behind the scenes is super complex, using the app itself is effortlessly simple, especially for beginners. Seriously, here's exactly what you do when you open neiro. Step 1. Just click the little music note icon on the toolbar to select your audio input. Step 2, head up to the drop-down menu at the top right and choose a visual score. That's basically just the theme or the style of the drawing you want to generate. And step 3, hit the full screen button or just press F11 on your keyboard. That sweeps all your browser menus out of the way and plunges you entirely into the visual world. Easy, right? Let's zoom in on that first step for a second. Choosing your audio source. You basically have 2 really cool ways to play. You can choose audio file, which lets you load up songs straight from your PC or smartphone to create a continuous, uninterrupted playlist. Honestly, this is perfect if you just want to lean back, relax, and watch the show. But if you want something a bit more hands-on, you can choose microphone input. This makes the whole experience wildly interactive. The screen will instantly react to your voice, ambient room noise, or hey, even a live instrument if you're playing one right in front of it. Quick pro tip before we start looking at the actual art. You should absolutely install neiro as a PWA or progressive web app. By just selecting Add to Home Screen on your phone or hitting Install from your desktop browser, it basically turns the website into its own standalone app.
Now, why does this matter? Well, it completely hides that bright, distracting browser address bar, which massively increases your immersion, especially with the darker themes. Plus, it prevents your computer from constantly interrupting the rendering engine when you're multitasking. It's a real game changer for sure.
Moving on to Section 3, Diverse Visual Worlds. Let's check out some of these built-in templates. Okay, this is definitely the most exciting part. Here we're looking at two absolutely stunning abstract templates that you can use right out of the box. Over on the left is Minimo. It kind of looks like this chaotic, beautifully messy oil painting, right? You've got these vibrant brush strokes of blue, orange, and green that dynamically smear and blend based on the volume of the track. And then on the right, we have Hikarium. This one's a darker, neon-infused space where glowing, geometric lines orbit and spin around like laser lights, reacting perfectly to the tempo. Honestly, they are totally mesmerizing to just sit and watch. But now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it shows Neiro isn't just about abstract shapes and particles. It can actually animate character-driven illustrations, too. On the left, we've got Oneko, which features this awesome hand-drawn rock and roll dog shredding on a guitar, and he practically jumps off the screen when the music gets intense. Then on the right is Byobu, is this incredibly elegant traditional design with white and red floral illustrations that gently bloom and shift based on the tiny subtleties in the audio. The range of expression here is just huge. Which brings us to our final section, Section 4. What's next? Creating your very own visuals. So up until this point, we've really just focused on passively enjoying those built-in templates. But everything we covered today, it's really just scratching the surface. You see, Neiro's also a full-fledged creative studio because it features a built-in score editor. This is a crazy, powerful tool that's designed to take you from just playing visuals to actively creating your very own masterpieces. Once you're inside the editor, you can actually write custom visual formulas using a specially designed domain-specific language, or DSL. This means you can tell the app exactly what to do when the AI hears, say, a snare drum, or tell it exactly what colors to paint when a piano plays. It's like a giant puzzle where you make the rules. And don't worry if that sounds intimidating, because in our very next explainer, we're going to walk you through exactly how to use this editor. We'll demystify all the code so you can build completely original visual rules from the ground up. For now, I highly recommend you just start by playing around with those built-in templates today. Really get a feel for how the sound shapes the colors on the screen and start preparing yourself to become a digital artist. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to code your own sonic universe in our next explainer? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I absolutely cannot wait to see what you all create.